Good morning, Beavers. It's Lori. Tuesday, Beaver Bunch. Tuesday, of course, is a 2. We've discussed this before. This week we are talking about how the straight community can clear up the fact that there's nothing wrong with the gays. And I know last week I actually didn't answer any questions, like full out. Like, I'm really sorry. But this week I made a list. I did some typing. I made a list. I'm very organized. I think I'm trying to make up for the lack of sanity in my life the last week, let's be honest. I did go to Vegas and I did do things that will stay there and never be talked about ever again. You can just kind of fill that in. There were some firsts, there were some lasts, and some of those firsts were also last. So with that being said, I'm apologizing for the way that I look and for the way that I feel. I should be going to bed. It's 7 in the morning, and I'm just nuts. I'm crazy. And did you know I'm allergic to nuts? Anyway, it's funny because I'm a lesbian. Okay, so how can the straight community clear up the fact that there's nothing wrong with the gays? I have recommendations for straight people and recommendations for gay people, or wherever you fall in that spectrum that some of this advice might apply to you. So bear with me, and if you think of something else, please comment and let me know your rules or your suggestions, because I know that a lot of people would benefit from it. And okay, so what can the straight community do? The straight community can know gay people, like just know them, get to know someone, be friends with them. I think that that's one of the best ways to clear it up. I have some friends who didn't know gay people before they knew me, and I think that those people have a lot more of an understanding of gay people just because you know them. Then they're not what's portrayed on TV. They're the people that you see in your life. And I think that straight people should know what the gay agenda is and help it along, because when you're part of a majority, you're actually more valuable, because you're, as a minority group, it just helps for support and for numbers, because a lot of things are very political, or it makes us a bigger team. We're all in this together. Also, call out bullshit. When you hear people talk smack about the gays, tell them that's not okay. It's not right. It's not okay. And you should just be like, no, absolutely not. No, I don't accept that. I don't like that talk. You can't say that around me. Whatever it is, just if you say it's not okay to say negative things, then you're actually helping things. So thank you. Educate yourself. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to sound stupid. That's how we learn about one another. That's how we become a family and we grow together. Stop saying, that's so gay. Okay, because most things that people say that's so gay about actually are really not gay. Like boring meetings, let's say. Like things that you, like a boring meeting. This meeting is so gay. You know, if it were gay, it probably wouldn't be boring. I'm just putting that out there. Most things are the farthest thing from gay, and if they were gay, then you wouldn't be calling them gay because they'd be sweet. Okay. And then another thing is, when you're in casual conversation, I think it's always a cool thing to do is to like make sure people know that you're okay with the gays. You don't have to be like gay this, gay that, oh, blah, blah, blah. But I think just saying every so often, or just reaffirming the fact, if there's talk about gay people, whatever, just being like, yeah, I'd be friends with someone who's gay. It's that simple. And maybe you have a friend who's in the closet gay, and you just eased a burden from their mind, thinking that, because they're freaking out, they're like, oh my God, I might lose my friends if I'm gay. But then they have a friend that just said it. They said, I'd be friends with someone who's gay. How reaffirming. I think that's awesome. Okay, now what can the gays do? And I call them the gays because that's my umbrella term. I don't really use the word queer. I'm sorry. But I do use the word the gays. It sounds like a team in a sport, and our sport is life, and our team can win. That doesn't imply there's a loser. It just means that we rock. Okay, So what can be done to help? What can the gays do? Definitely be friends with straight people. A lot of times, gay people create and separate them. They create this world, this bubble, like a gay bar for life. Like they always surround themselves by gay people, which is good because you should be friends with people who you're like and who are like you and who you feel comfortable with and who you identify with. That's what a friend is too. But also, don't limit yourself. Don't just be friends with gay people because you're taking yourself away from a very like good opportunities to be have great friends and they will identify with you and you will have a lot in common with them. Like there's a lot more to us than our gayness. So I would say be friends with straight people and that's a good way to infiltrate into their world. So if you're looking to make change, if you're looking to get support, if you're looking for acceptance, you have to be in the same world that you're looking to be accepted into. And like Jess said, I really liked what she was saying about the cards that people were passing out, where it's just about normalizing your life. Like, don't, um, like, when you talk about being gay or like when you're talking about your life, like, don't be so insecure about it. Don't be like, but I went with my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend because I'm gay. I'm gay and I have a girlfriend and we did this thing together. Like, we went to this place together. But, uh, let's change the subject because you know what, when you're insecure about something, like people think that they need to respond to it. People think that it's something to be insecure about and they feel like, oh well, she's not okay with it, so I definitely shouldn't be okay with it. And I just feel like if you talk about it like it's no big deal, like people are less likely to think so on their own. They won't think it's a big deal because they're like, oh, she's cool with it, then maybe I should be cool with it because other then I would be the one making it weird. So don't make it easy for them to do that. One thing that I suggest doing if you're gay is to joke about stereotypes, either because let's be honest, there's a lot of stereotypes, and some of them are completely absurd because they're not true at all. But some of them, there's some truth in it. So, you know, you gotta just tease it a little bit because if you're so serious about things, then people will not know how to approach it because they're gonna feel like they have to be really sensitive or they're gonna like get some, you know, angry lesbian coming after them or like lesbians with hammers and see, look, there's a joke, but it's funny because it's funny. It's just it's not it's I don't think that that's a negative thing to do. Being too sensitive about a subject cuts yourself off and distances yourself. Another thing, and you guys, this is really hard. This is probably the hardest one, but try not to make straight people feel like they're less interesting or less cool because they're not gay. Even if you might think so, not everyone can be gay. Not everyone can be that cool. But but definitely, if you think, just give them the benefit of the doubt that we're all the same. Because if they start thinking that if they start knowing that we're maybe better than them, then we'll just be repressed even more. So just, keep it light, keep it good. Um, but really just keep the love flowing from gay to straight, straight to gay, and back again. It's a little volley. We just go back and forth, and pretty soon there will be no back and forth. We'll just all be, I'll be in it to win it. So go big or go homo. I mean home. I hope that everyone has a great day and a good week, and I will talk to you next Tuesday. Take care of your beaver.